See the start of the new season more clearly with sports eyewear from Norval Opticians.
Well, David, are there any positives you can pull out of that performance last week, the one you described as being the worst of the season? When you analyse it, any positives you can take forward this week?
I think when you and I spoke after the game, obviously we were disappointed, frustrated, feeling a little bit angry that probably for the first time this season we turned up at a game and just didn't perform. Look, we all know we're involved in sport and that's at different stages. You don't win every game you play, but you're sometimes beaten by a better team. But last weekend we didn't even really fire a shot, and that was our most disappointing thing. Look, we brought lots of energy, we worked hard, but we just lacked that physical edge that you need to compete.
Playing Saracens this Friday, and they themselves, I should imagine, are going through a tough week. A shock defeat for them at Worcester. Are you able to look at that and see if there were any things you can pull out of that Worcester game that might help you in your preparation?
No, our focus has been very much on making sure that some of the issues that we had last week aren't there this weekend, because we know we'll face a very similar challenge when we play Saracens to what we faced last week with Leicester. Strong set piece, physical packing. It's something we've brought every week to every game. We've been tough to play against all season. Yes, the results haven't always gone our way, but we've been tough to play against. And come this Friday night, we'll be well prepared, and I have no doubt that the supporters will see a very big reaction from the players.
It's about reaction. You were concerned about the fundamentals of the game at the weekend. Presumably it's too late in the season to be changing the structure of the fundamentals of the game, so it's a question of fine-tuning, tweaking, and the analysis guys earning their corn.
There were lots of the game, lots of parts of our game that just were a little bit off. And you're right, and you go somewhere like Welford Road, we talked about it afterwards, you need to have your set piece well, it needs to go well, you need to gain ball, you need to be able to hold on to possession, and we weren't able to do that. So there's been a focus this week, and as you said, tweaking 2 or 3 little things to make sure that on Friday night we don't have the same problems.
Physicality is something that needs to be upped this week, it would seem. I mean, how does that happen? Professional players, they're fit, you're fit, you're getting onto the field. Is it a mindset thing? How do you change that mindset?
I don't think it's something that you could level at this group of players throughout the course of, probably over the last 2 or 3 years. We've generally turned up and been very, very physical in every game we've played. That was probably the most disappointing factor about last Saturday afternoon. And again, as we said afterwards, the players had a couple of weeks off in the build-up to that game. We felt that was the best preparation. So obviously from our point of view, we've gone away and looked at how we prepared for the game, what we did over that 2 weeks to make sure that any lessons that we can learn going forward are there. And look, there's no right or wrong answer. We just didn't get it right, and that was reflected in how we performed on Saturday.
We've heard a lot in the national, international arena lately. Eddie Jones, my fault, I must have got it wrong the other week. I'll take responsibility for the training and what we do this week. Is that the issue at Gloucester this week, or is it still a case of we want our team leaders to step up and contribute to what is happening in preparation for the Saracens game?
Ultimately, we take responsibility for preparing the team, but we've also said all season, it's been one of the mantras that we've brought into the squad, that it's very much about individual responsibility. We can put everything in place to ensure that we turn up ready to play, but we've all got to make sure that mentally we're in a place to play. And as I said last week, we got that wrong. The management got it wrong, the players got it a little bit wrong, and that's something that won't happen again.
Great crowd, fantastic atmosphere at Kingsholm, but a home game, can you build a positive from the pressure that's going to be there? The expectation, really, I suppose the term is.
Oh, look, we had a disappointing start to the season at Kingsholm with 2 or 3 defeats. That were probably unexpected, especially because you look at the Leicester game, we got ourselves in such a good position to win, played some good rugby. Then the Bath game was disappointing, and the other one, the Newcastle game, where we didn't perform. But since the beginning of October, we've really performed well at Kingsholm. Our only loss was that narrow 1-point defeat to Northampton with a last couple of minute try. So look, we perform well. We're looking forward. Our players love playing there. As you said, Friday night under lights, it's going to be a big atmosphere and something that we look forward to. We've talked about it this week. The players are looking forward to getting back there, and as I said, responding to what was the disappointment of last weekend.